All right, folks, welcome back. Game number 3 here in the finals, and what's Gumiho up to? Spawning in the bottom left corner of the map, playing for Dead Pixels. He's down 2 games at the moment. We'll see if he can hold and recover on this last one. It's Dead Pixels true.
This was the last thing I was expecting.
Right?
That's top right. As the Red Terran, it's Gumiho.
Okay, so we kind of made a small joke on the load screen during the ad break where we're like, oh, look at the map, rip in peace, true, right? Because it's rip in pepperonis, I mean, because rip in peace, sorry, rest in peace. Anyways, the point is, this is a great mech map. This is the best mech map. And maybe True comes into that expecting it. But because he didn't go horizontal or vertical with this scout, and because he goes cross, he catches Gumiho red-handed.
I know, but he's already done, like... Okay, the damage is already kind of there. Yes, you would prefer if they just never saw the bunker be put down. Like, that's the ultimate best, like, situation for a 2-raxer. True still went for, like, you know, a hatch first. The gas was kind of late. He's not going to have room for, you know, lings immediately. Like, it's still not that bad for Gumiho, even if he was immediately scouted.
Yeah, it's, But the question really comes down to, I think, how bad is this going to get for True? Because there are situations we talked about before. True likes to do the broad roaches. It wasn't so well executed by Impact when we saw it earlier. Alternatively, Gumiho may just super all in with this and just hope to lock this down with a really fast 3-0 and not even consider playing out of this.
Well, the drone pool is definitely... I think it's the best response if done correctly. Sometimes it just looks really stupid. So that's not the case. But if you can stop the bunkers from even going up, then that's obviously the best. But they're actually going to get tucked into a corner here, actually.
Look at the focus fire of these Marines, though.
Really good.
Yeah, that's not just like walk and stop and shoot. That was Gumiho very, very decisively focus firing down several of those drones. But, oh, is she going to try and set it to the bunker? He gets 1 in. He only needs 1 in.
It's 2.
Second bunker looks like it's not going to go up in the SVs.
This might not be enough, though. I think True is going to hold this hatchery on the low ground. That's really nice.
Actually, look at that SCV micro, though, in and out of the bunker. It's not going to last forever, though, and looks like it will ultimately fail.
Nice.
Gumiho.
I do prefer the drone a lot.
Yeah. I like it when it's done correctly. You see that, like, really awkward flop of, like, fish drones just kind of moved over and say, good luck, boys. Do it up. But
yeah,
that's pretty good control to True. Now, there's going to be the counterattack imminent. Gumiho does not have a wall off at home because he decided to play really greedy. Command center starts up on the low ground. This could go all sorts of bad news bears if he stays in the middle of the map. And yeah, he's going to start coming back home.
Now, True did not get a gas. I said he did because I'm pretty sure he was going to, but he canceled it and just get like 1 more ling. Or maybe the Overlord needed it or something, right? So he won't have an immediate like speed to control the map. So Gumiho actually doesn't have a lot to be afraid of. There's no Baneling Bust, no Roach Warren.
Oh. What is this wall? This is an amazing wall.
It's a stupid wall, actually.
It really is, but I love it.
You made stupid?
I mean, it's a wall at the end of the day. Any wall is a good wall.
Yeah. The real question right now, I think, is does Gumiho go for mech after this?
I don't know. See, that's the problem, right? This is a weirder opening. This really reminds me again of watching something like Maru more so than Gumiho. Maybe Gumiho gives his keyboard to Marine King. This is here made you feel good about winning at least something today. I don't know, but this is. I don't like the way that this leads into mech. We've seen a lot of really good players get ahead through a 2-rax, and Gumiho didn't here. I want to stress this. We've seen a lot of good players get ahead with a 2-rax, go mech, and lose the game off the back end of that. So it might not be the best choice, but again, there's the whole counterpoint that this is the best mech map. He could turtle up for a long time in that 3rd base. If he goes mech, I would not call it a bad idea, but I think by default, Bio is going to be a better choice.
So do you have an example of when like going mech after 2-rax is a bad thing?
Yes, you know what I'm talking about.
Somewhere. Just throw it out. No.
He's a really nice guy. I don't. That's why I didn't say his name.
Okay.
Because I like him a lot.
Anyways, I guess I think that explained it, summed it up pretty well. But there's also other case where it is dead wing. Again, True doesn't really have control over the map, and once the Hellions are out, Gumiho will see that. There's still no speed. That he might feel comfortable enough to go into mech. Although I think the one fear would be that they didn't go for speed because they went for a super fast lair, for a super fast spire. Ugh.
There's nothing at home to defend this. These Marines are gonna wreck the Queens.
This is so awkward.
There's no
This is like,
transfuse. He can't. Is this gonna kill a third? Are you serious? Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
Okay, here comes the
I love
Lings.
T-Rex. Like, is there any other like cheesy build that just just goes into a macro game quite as well?
I guess proxy Widowmines on a technicality, depending on how good they could be. Oh, yo, double armor is by the way definitely gonna be mech behind this.
I thought he was gonna go for a Hellbat push, and I wouldn't have liked that, to be honest. I think that was too much of a chance to give away what little units you have in those Hellions. So, all right, he's gonna keep the Hellions as Hellions. Like I said, he's gonna get a map control. See, there's no Ling speed.
I may have already used up all my good juju on this. By the way, that's a really cool attack. I'll go over why in a sec. But I'm really hoping that this isn't just mech, but I hope this is the air mech. Like I want, like that would be the perfect cherry on a 3-0 series for me personally. If Gumiho won Game 3 with battle cruisers and ravens,
it might be.
But that attack was really cool for a lot of different reasons. And one of the ones I really enjoy, well, somebody is lagging out, is the fact that he, man, Gouda, can you get a real computer? God. By doing that attack, by killing the amount of Lings he did, by drawing True back home, and seeing no Roaches respond, Gumiho pretty much knew, like, okay, I don't have to throw down 9 bunkers at home. I'm not worried about a big counterattack. He knew what his opponent was playing with, and it was a good way to basically suss that out. He doesn't have a Gouda computer. Sorry, that joke was a little cheesy.
I know. I was gonna say something about the cheese earlier on. T-Rex. Damn it. Aww, Gumiho.
Gumiho's a nice guy. That's why I'd have him on my team.
Man, nothing's really happening. I'd be more angry if I was like pushing. I mess up my micro. You know, I am a little sad at this end in 3-0 that we never saw Gumiho's bio. I feel like we talk about it and then he doesn't do it, and then we're just like,
no, because what happens? We talk about his mech and then he does the bio. It was like,
yeah, damn Gumiho was mixing things up. I really did like that T-Rex decision. Yes, it was scouted easily, but it, like again, T-Rex can go into a macro game, so even if it was scouted, that's not that big of a deal. And it could have been so good. Could have.
I feel like true. Just a small analysis. Open up the menu to unpause the game. He didn't hit pause on the keyboard.
Maybe that key's off his keyboard.
Maybe a little sticky. I don't know.
Yeah, sticky.
Sticky. Man, I want to. I see all these cool designs of like really cool keycaps, and I want to just take all the keys off my keyboard and put really cool keycaps on it, like Terran symbols and Protoss symbols and all that. But I realize I do occasionally still look at the keyboard to type. Not often, but I'd be like so at a loss. Like, wait a minute, where's F again? I have to press F to pay respects. Which one's the F key?
No way. I have all of these. Like, it's pure muscle memory. I couldn't tell you where they are, but
yeah, I think if I have my fingers lined up to like the ASDF, I could type without looking. But
that's why the F and the J have the little markers on them, Rifkin.
Well, for me, it's like I like to sit off to the side, a weird angle when I'm just kind of slouching playing games. Like
oh, so you're weird.
I'm lazy.
Okay, all right, then that's good.
Oh, Hellbat's in the wall. There's no way these Lings are touching anything.
Yeah. No, thank you. But this is why Deadwing was good enough to go into a mech game, right? Like, you get this easy 3 bases, a pretty easy wall off of the 2 racks that you're still not using.
And a pretty easy eventual 4th. But what I like about it most, I would say, is that it's not so difficult to get from, say, the 4th to the main, like on most maps. Responding to Mutalisks, turrets, picking up Thors, whatever the case may be, you don't get torn crazy apart trying to deal with harass. I like what True's doing, though. I discussed this with Fender quite a bit, and a couple others like Namshar, Zerg players, where if your opponent's going mech, okay, maybe you're going Stormhost, maybe you're not, but just take all the bases on the map. I mean, there's really no downside to it. It blocks out your opponent taking a ninja expansion, it gives you extra creep spread, but of course you don't want to do this too gung-ho until you've got that economy going. So again, a fast 5th base, I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Also, because it's got so many bases, it spreads out the drones, and there's not that many to kill at the fort.
Yes, quite a good point. This is a case where he knows that Gumiho is still building up his own army. Oh my god.
I feel when you do that transform, that's a real come at me bro move, because it's like you either fight me or I kill your hatchery.
Well, when they transform, don't they do like a little like power move?
Yeah, like they almost like
hi-ya.
flex a little bit. Yeah, like the shield splitting apart.
Yeah, it's Power Rangers. Ooh, 17 Mutas on the way. He's shown roaches.
That's actually.
Good.
This is going to be quite scary because, yeah, Gumiho's gone really heavy into tanks, unlike every other game where Thors are the primary focus of his production. So, yeah, there'll be a couple of Vikings out, but this isn't going to be like last game where 6 Vikings kill 18 Mutas. Not at all. Oh, he's transferring over 2 for this wall. Oh, this is... Every mech player has been in this position, whether you're an amateur or a pro, like whether we see the Koreans or the foreigners do it. Getting caught off guard by an air transition is devastating, and you know what? There's no engineering bay, I don't think. Oh, there is. Never mind. So he just doesn't have turrets.
That's still pretty bad.
It's still pretty bad, yeah. So 4 Vikings is not going to stop. 6 Vikings is not going to stop these Mutas.
Oh my god, he's gonna completely... That's so many Mutas, okay? That's just... If there are 10 and he had missile turrets, like, okay, well, he takes some damage, but eventually he'll get him. But 21? That can kill production facilities.
Zombie Gub, do you think there's no way this is a tap? Yeah, Thors are on the way, yeah.
Yeah, the Thors are about to pop out, okay?
Vikings, please. He knows not to go too early, actually. That's pretty smart.
The contamination? Did you just like rage quit at that point?
Oh, is he really gonna get both upgrades?
Oh, wait.
Oh, no way.
That's so...
That's huge for True.
Oh my god, there's no way that Gumiho pushes without any upgrades now.
Yeah,
like those pushes that he's been doing recently.
2-2. They're timed out perfectly, like every single time.
Yeah, there's no way that he does that. Like True just bought him so much more time, unless he is cocky and doesn't expect it. But you know, it's past the point where you can be too cocky, right? Like he has a drones that he wants, he has a creep shirt that he wants, and he has the units that he wants. Like there's no, I'm gonna catch you by surprise for Gumiho here. It's just straight up I lost upgrades. That's not good.
Oh. Alright, well, Muta's sweeping on the left side. Thor's not here. Turret's not done. Barely gets the prayer off, not quite. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah. Well, the Viking cut's actually pretty good. Okay, so the Vikings, they can't... What?
He's doing it. He might be behind the upgrades. He may have lost the armories, but the extra starports are coming down.
That might be a reaction to losing the armories. Like, he might have really been planning on pushing. Not gonna happen now. So, in that case... It's still anyone's game. Because if he ever gets up to the battle cruisers, if he just lives long enough to do that, it's kind of unbeatable. It's kind of OP.
Well, it's not even the battle cruisers in this particular scenario. It's so important. Right. It's going to be those Vikings. And he's finally at a number where maybe he can fight on the Mutalisks. I mean, a couple of Thor shots will help greatly, of course, but it's the mobility of the Vikings that can keep up with the Mutas a lot better than the mobility of the Thors. It's
the range that they can cover over the Thors. Because if the Mutas are big enough number and they're on the Vikings, then yes, they'll probably win. But,
yeah.
But they're covered by Thors, and definitely not. So this Viking count is always absolutely essential. And it does go into the transitional period, right? You need Vikings for it anyways, so this is just helping you out.
I just realized he's both orbitals. I thought he's going to make planetaries to defend the front. Yeah, at least one, if not both, but... Okay, the tanks, okay, they'll hold back the Swarm Host. You know, there's some people in chat, again, we had mentioned before, kind of, has True even heard of Swarm Host? Obviously, a pro gamer has never heard of Swarm Host, guys, but has found them this game, decided to experiment. Oh, I like these extra bases. Again, taking the extra bases is one thing, taking a ninja base is another. It's kind of cool to see.
True's gonna realize what's going on, right? The Mutas have scouted the 2 starports.
Yeah, but just because you know what's going on doesn't really mean you can do much about it. I mean, the key, everyone kind of jokes about, it's like, how do you beat Battlecruiser Raven? You know, the same response everyone gave Broodlord and Fester. Kill it before it gets to that point. But that may not be an option right now. Because his primary force, of course, was these Mutalisks. Now investing in the Swarm Host, getting some static defense down too. Continuing to expand around the map. Oh, Hellions are kind of cool. I'm going to slip past. I believe they have Blue Flame. Yep, they have Blue Flame.
Blue Flame. How do they dodge everything so far? That's amazing. Not even mad, that's amazing.
Alright, so I guess splitting them up, yeah, I was going to say, splitting them up might be the best choice, because he knows there's a lot of bases out of his opponent. Going for Hellions, not Hellbites is probably a smart move too, because you get bigger, longer shots off. This one's a little bit awkward, because I guess he knows about the spines.
Drone damage is cool. You know, it's alright, but True's not too worried about losing drones at this point.
Yeah, he's on 81 after losing 12.
yeah, so like big deal, thanks. Those were gonna be spine colors anyways. So okay, I guess he's scanning to see what type of army's out there. He has to be really worried about defending. And I think seeing Swarmos and Vipers, you're still not that worried. The Vipers should die to the Vikings if they try and blind and cloud those tanks. So you're still not worried.
He's moving the spine crawler, but he can't hit these.
Wait. Okay, Ultralisk Cavern. Ultras are not gonna break a wall. We know this.
No, but I always, every time Ultras and Vipers get paired up, I immediately think to every B-Lord game we've ever seen. Not exactly the most prominent or dominant player in StarCraft 2, but he's a guy who can make Ultras work versus mech. He's perhaps one of the few guys who makes Ultras work really well versus mech. But I do think more so than else I'm liking the Vipers. Whether it's Abducts, whether it's Blinding Clouds, this is something True has been missing in the first 2 games today.
Yeah. It's so silly that True can be in such a commanding spot. Yeah, I still feel very scared for him. We've only seen 2 people, I think, beat someone who got up to Battlecruiser Raven on max out, right? Like, one of them was Life. That's right. And basically, it happened because you get rid of the energy on the Ravens, and then you have enough of a force left over that you actually attack, and you do beat the Vikings and the Battlecruisers and the Thors. But it's so rare for that to happen. It's like a perfect scenario.
Oh. I thought these Southerners were just going to die to the Roaches, by the way. Nope. They get ready to fight.
I think like the only thing that could really help for True is, of course, keeping Gumiho off of 5th base. That's going to be very helpful. But also getting just really great abducts. But with so many Vikings, how do you do that? Exactly.
And the other key thing, too, just a side thing, going back on it, Gumiho's still not on 3-3. This is a situation where he shoulda, coulda, woulda pushed earlier. He doesn't. His 2-2 was picked off so fast by those Mutalisks. Even reinvesting in the armories was kind of expensive for him at the time. But again, he sits on 4 bases. He could probably, honestly, take a 5th. He's on the way to do that just now. And if True can't stop Gumiho from getting that income, I don't think he's going to stop this army.
Yeah. 4 bases will get you that perfect army once, but definitely not twice, and that's always the fear. I mean, really, it is such a perfect army that sometimes once is just enough. But if you can get a 5th base, go ahead.
I love how this is the response to these abducts too. You just stood on the point defense drones. This is actually forcing Gumiho to push, puts him in a pretty good spot as well. Locust trying to get on top of the tanks, but oh my god, point defense drones buy so much extra time. However, every point defense drone is 1 less seeker missile, less auto turrets. So I mean, it does kind of suck that you have to burn the energy on them, but they're doing good work.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. The Hellbats come back instead of harassing.
You know, I'm thinking, here we are with 18 Vikings. If he can clear out the Mutalisks...
Overlords!
It's like last game, but perhaps not as bad. Ooh, why does he have his sword transformed? That's gotta be a misclick. There's no reason to do this. You see players sometimes do this when the Corruptors / Broodlords come into play, but oftentimes the splash damage is still worth more.
He still has 66 larva. I was really afraid that what he would do was just never get Corruptors. Corruptors are bad. We all know that. But they're kind of necessary for dealing with Viking, Raven, Battlecruiser eventually.
Ooh.
Infested Terrans, good move.
If he had more Hellions, these would be completely negated, but the tanks take care of them pretty quickly anyways. This is looking pretty good. This push looking really strong. Point defense is coming down to keep advancing his position forward. He's cleaned up a lot of creep. He started slow pushing through the middle of the map. Mutas, I guess, are going to try and harass behind this, but there's so many turrets. Look even over here. There's like a cluster of 4 turrets. No big deal.
9 Ultras might get rid of the ground army. But we have seen people try and win this with that tactic. Doesn't work as far as I've seen.
Yeah.
So I'm still not feeling pretty good for True.
I mean, True's been falling back to different layers of static defense. He's been pulling his Stormhouse back over and over and over again. Eventually, he's going to run out of places to run to. Eventually, it's going to be no static defense to fall to. Unsiege tanks actually worked phenomenally well versus Ultralisk. I'm kind of surprised he chose to siege them, to be honest with you. But even then, he's going to tear right through this. Actually, True's starting to break him on the north side. Vikings don't land to try and add a little bit of damage, but Vikings don't hit for jack squat. I don't think it was
necessary to put down the Vikings. And where are those battlecruisers that's supposed to be like, you know, you lose some tanks, you build them up with battlecruisers, but they took so long, and he loses his 5th base.
Yeah,
like,
that's gonna suck.
True actually might have done it with that tactic. Like, we've seen people go Ultras before, and it still doesn't work. They have battlecruisers too soon, and then the Ultras just don't do anything. But the battlecruisers might have been just a bit too late here.
He's actually got a surprisingly large amount of ineffective supply right now. I mean, all these Ravens are pretty much dry on energy. They're not dropping Seeker Missiles on top of the Ultras anytime soon. And as ultras keep coming out, I mean, this is one of those weird scenarios where I think Yamato Cannon might come really in handy. It doesn't one-shot an Ultralisk, but it'll take it down to about 100, 200 health or whatever it is. So it's going to help a lot.
Well, luckily he has a couple of command centers to spare, so it won't be a planetary, but Lings haven't been a problem lately. So it's really just about getting that missile turret count up. But I am actually worried about Gumiho here. Like, those battlecruisers, I think, should have been even like a part of that army at some point, pushing.
Yeah. If that same fight went down, he lost the units the same way he did, and nothing changed on this side of the map, but he didn't lose his 5th, I feel a lot better for Gumiho.
Yeah.
He's dropping mules like crazy. He's trying to make up that income now, but the biggest thing missing from this was, weirdly enough, minerals, not gas. It's usually the other way around.
He's back up there, though. You know, he's not near max, but the armor supply is still scary.
Is he? He's not really replacing his tanks right now, actually. Oh, there we go, 2 in protection. This is going to be pretty important for the swarm host that never actually died off. You can't keep wasting point defense drones. If the tanks are sieged up, they also zone out the infestors, keeping those fungal growths at bay. And I mean, like every Terran player gets a little bit scared about that Viking clump, that Raven clump getting fungaled.
Well, for like 200 minerals of 1500, no big deal.
Yeah, mules are cool.
You know what I really would like if he would break down the back rocks and take the base to the left of his 3rd?
That could be kind of cool, but no matter where he continues to expand to, it's going to be equally dangerous because they're all exposed and really far away from the focal point that is basically right here.
Move it somewhere else.
The command center soaking hits from the locusts are good, but I still think it's funny because these aren't planetary, so there's actually no necessity to hold this point. He just lift. He doesn't have to fight.
Well, what's so funny is that now finally with the battlecruisers out, there's also not a necessity for keeping the tanks at home for the locusts. The battlecruisers take care of that. And there's no corruptors, which would usually be why you don't want to do that. There's also no Thors.
Well, hang on. The entire army's out of position. Here comes the push. Again, if you can pair up like a couple of Seeker missiles and 3 or 4 Yamato cannons, Ultralisks will go down pretty quickly. But the base attack of the battlecruisers are not that good. As you can see, it's just taking a long time to chew through that really tough chitinous plating. I mean, 6 armor is nothing to joke about, guys.
I don't know why the tanks are going down that way. There's no wall up on the main either. It's not been a wall up since the 2
This is getting really bad. This is getting... You know what? This is almost like a birthday wish come true. It's not even my birthday, right? But like, there's the Yamatos coming down. He comes so close to winning this game on the battlecruiser air attack. But I think True has done too much already. He's broken him. He's on top of his production. The main base still hasn't been cleaned up.
What's God, the rally. Like, he hasn't lifted the starports. He's not attacking with the rallies. Like, so many of these ultras are so low that a lot of them want to die to be attacking with it.
Is his new base under attack too?
5th, 6th.
And he's got so many full energy ravens. This is the most painful part about this, right? Like, what are you gonna do? Don't die with this many ravens in the sky. Still Yamato cannoning all the ultras that he can, and
he's done it, man. Like, this is True's game now. Like, now he's finally getting those corruptors that were missing out initially. I guess, like, I'm not investing into corruptors until now. It has been so... Oh, okay, well, you're gonna die.
Oh, he's gonna paint the town red. Or try to, at least. Some duds, some hits.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, I'm really happy to see True. To be honest with you, as much as I am a big Gumiho fan and a big Terran fan, blah, blah, blah. Ooh, those fungal growths! I'm also excited to get another game out of these guys. So, for Gumiho to lose this is not exactly disappointing, because it just means more StarCraft 2. But this was a crazy game, and it's still not over yet. I mean, we're not calling it too soon or anything like that. Gumiho's still got an army to fight with, but he's just lost all of his Ravens. That's no mild, tiny loss. That's not like losing Hellions. That's not like losing tanks. Hell, it's not even like losing Vikings.
That's such a big deal. Does he have any Thors with this? No. You need a couple of Thors. How about those corruptors? 21 are on the way. That's quite a lot. They have good upgrades as well. And while Gumiho, I guess, is going to keep expanding down here, and that's fine and dandy, it's still, without Thors, without Ravens, the corruptors will actually win against the battlecruisers, and then the tanks aren't the biggest deal to take care of.
Yeah, corruptors are pretty scary units.
So scary. I can't believe Gumiho's army is still this scary. It's still up in supply, like army supply.
Yeah. Yeah. It's also funny to look at the upgrade differences too. Like 3-3-3-3-3-3 versus 3-3.
Seeker missiles, Thor shots, point defense shields. Gonna make this look so less good, but that's gonna be it.
Yeah, I
for
think
the air. I mean.
So much of this all came down to the engagement that was on the left side of the map with the ultras earlier. Like from that point on, it just started going downhill for Gumiho.
Maybe he got caught up in his
Tank
own
run
success.
Hang on.
Yes.
He's just
Tank
lost
run
everything, right? And if he can do tank run bys before broodlords are out, they're gonna be too slow to chase.
There's 12 ultras.
Oh, well that's gonna make a huge difference actually. Okay.
Like, getting too caught up in his own success, right? Like he's in the same position that he was when he lost.
He corrupts everything.
He probably should have pulled back and waited for those freaking battle cruisers. Like Gumiho rarely loses a freaking game on this map.
I know, and when he does, it's usually something weird. But I mean, let's keep in mind too. This was a 35-minute game spawned off of an essentially failed 2-rags. I really am a bit shocked it went this far to begin with, but like we said, normally mecha goes quite poorly the follow-up, but this is Gumiho tank run by is doing really well. Well, these ones aren't. Hey guys, wake up!
Pay attention, please.
Yeah.
It's so many ultras. Gumiho doesn't even tap out during that. Okay, the scans go down. He's got this. Like, what can you remax? That's gonna take care of 15 ultras. Oh, yeah, not remax.
Little minds. Clearly, use your brain, zombie.
I'll try.
Pick up a book sometime. All right, so
strategy guide. That's gonna be so useful, Rifkin.
it's a silly situation, but I mean, yeah, it is. What else do you do? Gumiho obviously doesn't want to go down like this, but I mean, maybe the corruptor stack, maybe the ultras. they don't share splash damage. I don't know what you do. It's over. It's pretty much over.
He corrupted the widow mines.
Oh, I didn't realize. Yeah, they're just like fuming green over there on the right side while Burrow.
Gumiho can't stand that he lost. He's like, I got up to battle cruisers.
I love
Everything's
this
so
fungal.
good.
This is such a cute fungal. Like, what's it gonna do? It doesn't reveal anything. Yeah, this is insane, guys. But this is really good for True. As much as we're kind of making all these jokes and crying like Gumiho, it's about time True won the game here in the finals.
Yeah.
Good game's called.
Woo! Down with battle cruisers.
All right. Well.